Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the 1944 movie House of Frankenstein. The end of October is approaching, and so that means the end of the Halloween special 2025. So don't forget to watch my 2025 Halloween special with many episodes on just rare and fun classics that you absolutely love. As I mentioned, House of Frankenstein is a very interesting movie, kind of in the mid-range of the Universal films that kind of span the length of time where they looked at the Universal monsters. The film centers around Dr. Niemann, who is played, of course, by Boris Karloff, who was the original Frankenstein monster in 1931, but they kind of used him as a way to kind of link the stories together or give these stories significance in regards to the previous decade of these monster films. And so Dr. Niemann escaped from prison, and he has a hunchback assistant named Daniel. Dr. Niemann revives Count Dracula, who's not played by Bela Lugosi, which is very unfortunate. I love Bela Lugosi in his portrayal, and unfortunately John Carradine in this is quite different. He plays it a little more sophisticated, but to me, not the Dracula that I love. We also see an appearance by the Wolfman, played by Lon Chaney Jr., who is always excellent. One of his, I would say, pivotal great roles in this film, even though you don't get to see a lot of him as the Wolfman or the werewolf in this one. He's great when he's out of makeup. He's really one of the strengths of this film. We also have the Frankenstein monster, played by Glenn Strange. Many people may know that he was coached personally by Boris Karloff in this film, so that he gets all of the nuances, all of the things that Boris did so well in the first film, so that he can kind of hand over the baton to Glenn Strange, so that Glenn can kind of make it his own, but he played it very much like Karloff's Frankenstein. I think that was very interesting and very well done. Now, during the revival scene, kind of at the end of the movie where they're trying to bring back the Frankenstein monster from death or bring him to life, they place the actor Glenn Strange inside a sealed glass chamber, and they had vapor coming inside, which was essentially steam, and they tried to simulate thawing because it was frozen and essentially waking up from his frozen state. Now, he was fitted with a rubber breathing hose for air, but the setup had some issues. It didn't allow him to properly exhale, and that led him to panic while he was filming on set, and so he signaled for help, and they had to release him because of safety. Even in 1944, the cast and the crew were trying to look out for his safety, and they installed this panic button, which allowed him to press it whenever he felt like he was in trouble, and that allowed the prop crew to pull him out just in time so that he wouldn't have an accident, wouldn't go unconscious, or even possibly pass away. Strange did all of his stunts in this film, which is pretty rare at the time. He was a big guy and he was really familiar doing westerns, and so this was his first horror movie, but he had fun doing his work no matter what. But there's a very interesting incident as well with the man J. Carroll Naish, who played, of course, Daniel. He had to throw him through a window and onto prop mattresses. But unfortunately, when Glenn threw him, he misjudged his throw, leading Naish missing the mattress and landing on the cement floor. However, Naish was quite lucky because he had that hunchback padding that they added to make his character believable and complete, and that cushioned his fall sufficiently to prevent serious injury. So he was extremely lucky in that case. I want you to let me know your thoughts down below. Are you a fan of House of Frankenstein? It does a lot. It does a lot in the beginning of the film. I even think that they try to trick people into watching the movie because Boris Karloff is the first credit, and yes, the movie is very heavy with his presence, but they have Frankenstein, the monster, right up center front, so it may make you think that Karloff is probably playing the monster, which he didn't, but that's of course Strange, who looks a lot like Karloff. But they have all these monsters. They have all these monsters in here to bring in the audience. By this time, the monster universe had gone over a decade, and people, I don't want to say got tired of it, but it was commonplace, and so they were trying to bring an audience in to see this film, and I guess that's the best that they could do. I guess you could say that's kind of clickbait for the time. So let me know your thoughts down below. I always love to see your comments. We'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to always stay positive, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to all my patron supporters, especially my diamond tier patrons: Joanna R, Citizen Kane 359, Sally N, Daniel B, Jerry D, and Vito L. If you want to be on this list, make sure to check the link in the description, and thanks to all who support.